The first night the power cut out, while they laughed on the driveway. I watched their taillights disappear through the broken iron gates of the mansion. Swallowing the sound like it had been waiting for a rain slipped through the ceiling and landed on my wrist-cold precise the way betrayal always announces itself quiet inevitable. 30 days no money no, help live here, or lose everything. They said it like a joke at the reading of the will me uncles, smirked me cousins, didn't even try to hide their delight. They were already dividing my grandmother's fortune, in their heads already correcting each other about who'd take the lake house would sell the ark. I remember the lawyer clearing his throat when Grandma's condition was read aloud. Must reside continuously in the family mansion for 30 days without financial assistance to inherit the estate. They all turned to me. I thought of the mansion as punishment, then a final cruelty from a woman who loved me too much to be gentle. I was wrong. When I was a child, Grandma told me the house was alive and out haunted observant it. Watched who listened and who took she said. Walls remember footsteps, that doors learn who deserves to open them. I believed her then. I forgot that belief when adulthood dulled my instincts and my relatives sharpened theirs. The first betrayal wasn't loud, it was the locks. Every door had been changed, windows boarded from the outside, the water shut off at the street, me phone lost service by morning. They'd planned this not just to make me uncomfortable, but to make me fail. I didn't call them, I didn't. BG sat on the floor of the grand hall wrapped in my coat and listened to the house breathe. I thought of Grandma teaching me chess at that same spot, tapping the board when I rushed a move. Patience is not waiting, shed say, it's choosing when to move. By day 3, hunger sharpened my thoughts. By day 5, he found the first clue. Behind a loose panel in the library, discovered a ledger, not old recent names. I recognized Data's amounts, payments made to my Uncle Sloane's forgiven properties transferred quietly before her death. They'd been bleeding her dry while visiting with smiles and fake concern. I didn't feel anger is messy, felt clarity. This wasn't a test of survival. It was a test of vision. I rationed carefully found rainwater collection barrels in the greenhouse, ate from the neglected orchard, slept where the roof still held, and every day I explored. The house unfolded its secrets, slowly rewarding attention. A hidden generatorial safes, legal documents, sealed in oilcloth. Grandma had anticipated everything, including their greeting, including my isolation. On day 11, he found the recordings. Her voice was calm, frail but sharp. She spoke names without hesitation, described how they manipulated her, how they assumed she was fading. She wasn't confessing weakness, she was documenting evidence. Justice doesn't shout, she said into the recorder. It waits. By day 15, he was no longer surviving, she was preparing. I used the mansion's satellite uplink, ancient forgotten, to send files to the lawyer, to the bank, to authorities who cared deeply about financial crimes when the numbers are large enough. I didn't tell anyone I was doing it. Let them believe the silence meant defeat. They drove by, sometime slowly peering through broken windows, like vultures checking a pulse. My cousin shouted my name, pretending concerny stayed invisible. On day 28, they gathered again, champagne. This time laughter, already rehearsing sympathy for when I'd failed. I stood in the shadowed foyer as they entered, their voices echoing like they owned the place. That was my favorite moment. The realization didn't hit them all at once. It crept in the lawyer's arrival, the police cars idling outside, the banker's tight smile. My uncle tried to speak first. Authority was his favorite costume. The lawyer cut him off. Grandma's second will was read aloud, the one triggered only if I completed the 30 days. Everything transferred to me. Then the addendum. All prior transactions under investigation, assets, frozen properties, seized pending inquiry, recordings entered as evidence. My cousin dropped her glass, it shattered beautifully against the marble. They turned to me then. I stepped forward. I didn't yell, I didn't accuse, I didn't need to. I lived here, I said quietly. You couldn't. They tried bargaining Tearsanger threats. I watched them the way Grandma taught me to watch chess opponents when they realize the board has turned against them. No move left that isn't a loss. When the doors closed behind them, the mansion felt lighter, like it had exhaled. I stayed after the 30 days, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. I restored it slowly, intentionally. Each repaired beam felt like rewriting history, each cleaned room a reclaimed truth. Sometimes I walk through the halls at night and think about how close I came to believing their version of the story, that I was weak, that comfort made me soft, that isolation would break me. They mistook silence for surrender. Grandma didn't leave me a fortune. She left me a proving ground. And I passed